Let's bring in retired U.S. Navy Captain Armen Keteyian, Homeland Security Chairman, Republican Congressman Mark Green is also with us. Gentlemen, thank you both. Congressman, to you first. What are you hearing intel-wise? What are you hearing from your sources on the ground in Israel?
Well, I have a lot of friends that are former IDF guys and guys that are in the IDF. I mean, they're ready to go. They're not going to announce when they're going to launch, obviously, but they're preparing the conditions. They're giving those last-minute speeches. Brings back a lot of memories from when we launched into Iraq, but they're ready. They're poised on the start gate, and it's going to probably be soon.
Yeah, and Armen, to you, I mean, the Israeli defense minister, you heard the sound of him earlier saying, listen, we're ready. It is going to happen soon. You will soon see the inside of Gaza. What do you expect? What do you think will happen in the early moments of this?
Well, Trace, unlike the Iraq wars that we fought, you're going to see a different type of speed executed by the IDF, where it's not a question of necessarily miles per hour. It's a question of how many of the forces can they get inside of Gaza in the shortest amount of time. They control 2 land borders, and they can also come in via the sea. So I see them going to come in from all the sides, and also, if they can, land some air forces inside and quickly connect with each other. Gaza is small. They'll be able to do it. So that what they can do is they can isolate pockets of where they believe Hamas is and slowly close in, prevent them from escaping, and essentially force them to either surrender or die.
I want to play this soundbite for you, Congressman. This is General Pat Ryder on the missiles that were fired today from Yemen, from Iranian-backed Yemen. Watch.
We cannot say for certain what these missiles and drones were targeting, but they were launched from Yemen, heading north along the Red Sea, potentially towards targets in Israel.
Congressman, were you surprised during his national address tonight that the president didn't send a stronger signal to Iran?
Well, I did, observe that he made one comment about holding them accountable, but I do think we need to be much stronger with Iran. I mean, what they have done throughout the Middle East, whether it's in Lebanon, Syria, or Yemen, and Iraq too. I mean, they have created this bipolar axis to go against the Sunnis and, of course, Israel. And they are the enemy. They've been our enemy since 1979. And the fact that the president wants to still cut a deal is unacceptable.
Yeah, it really is, and a lot of people have echoed that. To you, Armen, again, because, we talk about what we expect is a ground invasion in Gaza, and Hamas and Hezbollah have both warned if there is a ground invasion, there will be a response from the north. If there is a robust response from Hezbollah in the northern part, in Lebanon, so in the northern part of Israel, will the U.S. make a move? What's your thought on that?
Well, I don't believe the U.S. wants to get directly involved, but we do need to provide Israel all the forces that we possibly can, all the equipment. I mean, take a look at what Iran has accomplished. They have presence in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. They're in Gaza. They're in Yemen. They are all over the place. So Iranian proxy forces, in some ways, they have surrounded Israel on many sides, and also, the U.S. forces there in the Mediterranean providing that blockade, preventing Iran from coming in. That's amazing that the Carney was able to shoot down those missiles with those Standard missiles. That's a big, big warning sign to Iran and a big positive for us. So that's at least one way that we can protect Israel from the Red Sea.
Yeah, on the way back from Israel, the president was asked about his red line, Congressman. Here's what he said.
Mr. President, what is your red line that would prompt U.S. military involvement in this war?
Mr. President, your team said you'd have tough questions for the Prime Minister. What were those questions?
How much of that $100 million would go into the West Bank and Gaza do you think will go to terrorism?
Yeah, I said what the president said. He didn't say anything, but do you think he should have? Do you think he needs to impose red lines?
I think we clearly need to say to Hamas that if they don't return the American hostages by X date, we would go in and assist Israel in crushing them. I think you have to be very strong with them. And certainly Iran does not need to be, with Hezbollah, they need to hold fast, do nothing. If they get involved, we've got to consider assisting Israel. Period.
And very quickly here, if I can, Armen, urban conflict. What do you accomplish from that? Can we just stick to airstrikes, or do you think they go in on the ground and they accomplish a lot more toward toppling Hamas?
It's going to be just like the Battle of Fallujah, where we lost 100 Americans dead and over 500 who were injured. It's going to be very dirty, very bloody. The IDF will incur losses, but their skills, their knowledge, their know-how, their supply chains, their logistics will win the day with proper training and the proper scheme of maneuver going into Gaza. They can do it. I believe that they will do it, and I believe at the end of the day, Hamas is going to be broken.
And we'll get back to you, gentlemen, if the ground war starts. Congressman Mark Green, Armen Keteyian, thank you both.
Thanks, Trey.